Welcome back to Bricks and Trips. We are at a wet and windy Legoland Windsor Resort today. It's the first day of their Christmas event. I can't wait to show you what it's going to be like. We interrupt your scheduled broadcasting with this urgent message. I wouldn't normally do this, but I don't know what else to do. So, full spoilers, if you've seen the title of the video, our trip to Legoland Windsor yesterday was overall a disaster. This video was meant to be an overview, a bit of insight to see how the Christmas event at Legoland Windsor was, and whether it's worth spending your money on going to. And the reality of our day yesterday is that it was nowhere near the standard that I expect, and I've really strongly deliberated whether even publishing this video online. But I've promised myself to not shy away from the reality of things. I don't want to not post something just because it was my negative experience. So if you don't want to watch a guy descend into madness, please skip this video. Don't watch something if it's going to put you off. My day yesterday is in no way representative of what I think that event is meant to be, but it was what I experienced on the first day of opening. Thank you so much. I'll send it back out to fill in the field. And first things off, who loves the new Legoland Windsor Resort sign? This is such an improvement over those stalls they used to have, and I think they could have done a little bit more for it for Christmas, but at least they've got Santa's chilling at the front. It does get better once you got through the gates though. Great big Lego Christmas tree right at the front, and some festive food stalls here as well. So far we've got a hot chocolate stall and an elf-made donut shop as well. Got a great display at the front this year with the lights. We haven't actually been for Christmas before at Legoland Windsor, so I love all the effort that they go to. I'd just be able to see in the distance Windsor Castle as well. And plenty of construction going on at Legoland through the closed season. So they've got some new solar panels being installed over the car park, and also some work going on at the front as well with the Fortnite llama. I think it's a bad news for people who are a fan of the stream that ran through the middle of the Legoland Main Street. It looks like they're ripping up all the cobblestones. I don't know that it was my favourite part, but it added a little bit of something different to the area. I am a little surprised that they haven't put any proper construction fences in. Merlin loves their big wooden barriers normally. But it is wet and it is cold today, which, I mean, it is the end of November, so I shouldn't expect anything less. But with it being the first day of the Christmas season at Legoland, I can't wait to get in it and see what it's like. I've done some of the other Merlin attractions at Christmas before. Normally, Alton Towers is a brilliant day out. So apparently Legoland Windsor copes slightly better with the cold and wet conditions than Alton Towers does. So with their winter event, you get about 50% of the parks open. So pretty much everything on the left-hand side of the park, so minifigure races, the Duplo area, and down into the sort of skyline area, all of that's closed. But on the right-hand side, all of Ninjago Land, all of the castle area, all of that's open. And this is one of my favourite views on the park. I love sitting here, just looking over Miniland. It's a great view on a sunny day. It's a bit wet today for my liking, but it is what it is. We're out in November. So we're going to try and get around as much of the festive material as we can do today. First up's the elf show. Plenty of showings on today, so you definitely won't miss it. We were going to go to the Elf Training Academy first, but a little wait for that, and it was all outside, sat there waiting in the rain. Doesn't sound very fun. So instead we decided to go ride a roller coaster in the rain instead, because that's more fun. It is advertising a 15-minute wait, but I'm not entirely sure I believe that. So a little bit of a disappointment actually with the dragon. No theming at all. I'm fairly certain when we came for Halloween, they made a real good effort there. This sort of like the 80s disco sort of thing. So coming here at Christmas, I expected something a little bit more, well, festive. Bit of fake snow, some reindeers maybe thrown in there. Bit of a shame really. That's not to say that they haven't got any theming around at all. They've got some of the big Lego statues which are all custom built, and those look great. There's a dragon Christmas tree over in the Pirate Cove which looks absolutely brilliant. But other than that, everywhere feels a little bit underdressed. I mean, we're just coming into Heart Lake City, and the campus school's got a little bit of gold on it. There's a few leaves on the ice cream parlour, but where's the rest of it? It just feels kind of quiet, kind of empty. Well, I know we've not been here this long, but I think we're going straight for some lunch. It's been a big trip down here today. Our usual favourite, the fish and chip place, is all closed up. So all of the fire and ice free fall, the skyline, everything down here is all blocked off. I think Legoland and Merlin probably could do a better job of advertising what is open and what is closed. I know they do have a little scroller on the website, but maybe just a link to currently closed rides and attractions wouldn't go amiss. And I know they had the Halloween show here a few weeks back, but that's the first time I've seen a show here in, well, as long as I've been coming to Legoland for the last couple of years. It's just such a shame that they're not using it for Christmas as well. I know it's an outdoor space, but it hasn't seemed to stop them for the Elf Training Academy. Anyway, on to all-you-can-eat pizza. I'm sure that'll cheer me up. For those of you that haven't been to the pasta and pizza place at Legoland before, it's pretty much a carbon copy of the one that you find at Alton Towers. So obviously it's unlimited pasta, unlimited salad, unlimited pizza, and all the salad looks pretty fresh. One of the few bits that you can actually get to because it's absolutely manic in here today. But they get through the pizzas so fast here that they're always fresh. And for drinks, you've just got the standard sort of Coke pumps. They definitely do not have enough restaurants open today though. There's only this and the Burger Kitchen open, and the main hotel if you count that one. It is absolutely manic. There's queuing out the door, they're queuing for the pizza, they're queuing for the pasta. There is nothing that they're not queuing for here. So it's just short of £60 for 3 adults and 1 child. That's with the Merlin discount. Otherwise, you're talking about 23 quid for a single adult to come here. And don't get me wrong, it's all right here, but it's nothing special. The only special they've got is Santa Slice, the turkey stuffing and I think cranberry pizza. Honestly, with the Merlin discount for the price that it is, it's kept us full, it's not too bad. I mean, it's clearly really popular in there, and you can see why. The pasta's really good quality, the pizzas are always hot and they're always fresh. So I know it's 50 quid, it's what, £57 for the 4 of us, which is a little expensive, but for theme park food you can't really expect much difference. Again though, where's all the decoration? Where's all the theming? I thought this was meant to be a Christmas wonderland. It doesn't really feel that just yet. We did opt out of doing the Christmas Village grotto here. It's £24 for 1 adult and 1 child, but it's an extra £6 per adult. I would have thought at the least they'd allow both parents to go with 1 kid, but 1 adult per child, that's what they say. Despite the weather, I am very tempted by the Snow Blizzard Cone. I might give that one a go. Look at that. That looks pretty special. £5.40 with Merlin discount. Really impressed with that Snow Blizzard Cone actually. The ice cream was really blue. Almost too blue. I did expect the snowflakes on it to be like white chocolate or like, you know, sort of like candy chocolate that you get, but they were actually gummies. So you got 2 blue raspberry flavour and 1 just like plain old vanilla. Would have been a little bit expensive without discount, I mean £6.75, but £5.40 with discount. Pay that in an ice cream van sometimes. Finally doing something new today at Legoland. We're going to go on the Legoland Express. It's normally far too busy, but today it's a 5-minute queue apparently. Monster House is closed today, but the Legoland Express, really good ride. Really enjoyed that. I mean, it's only just a gentle little train through, you know, some sort of like built up minifigures, etc. It is really nice. I think all year round I can see why that's a popular attraction, honestly. The kids will love it. It's got loads of different character models, monkeys and minifigures and witches. Really interesting all the way through it. Again though, it's Christmas. Please go and buy some Santa hats, some scarves, just wrap them up. Pretend like they're enjoying the festivities. It wouldn't cost an awful lot, and it's little details like that which make this event from good to great. Well, we didn't actually manage to see any of the elf show earlier. It was far too cold and far too wet, so we thought we'd hang on, see if it became a little bit better later in the afternoon. It's not, but it's the last showing of the day, so we'll give it a go now. Now Merlin, can I ask you a question? Why have you put the show on your outdoor stage in winter? Soaking wet. It's winter. I could do with a little bit of rain cover. We've got the poor staff members trying to dry up the stage so it's safe for the Elf Training Academy show to actually start. I don't understand this at all. It's a good looking stage though. I'm looking forward to the actual show. 10 minutes to go before the show starts. I don't think this is going to be all that popular with the weather as it is.
Welcome to the Elf Training Academy
though, some thoughts on the Elf Training Academy. I won't spoil it for anyone. It's a proper kids interactive show. It ended up being about 40 or 50 kids there, and they were all joining along, dancing and singing, getting really involved with it. So definitely the sort of thing that you want to go and see. What I will say is, out in the rain, no fun at all. Certainly not for the parents when you just stood there watching it. Hopefully going to catch a couple more of the festive things before it gets dark. There's a meet and greet with Lego Santa, also some festival show, which I think sounds pretty good, but I also don't have any idea at all what it is going to be yet, so we'll find out soon. It does seem to be the running theme of today though. Legoland doesn't really understand that when it's open for the worst weather, you need areas to go and stand under or sit under. Most of the indoor attractions are closed today, like Laser Raiders, the Sky Lion. Both of those are closed, and they're big attractions with indoor queues, so it would have made today a lot easier. Whereas now, I'm absolutely sodden through. We've been here for about 4 hours at this point, and it just hasn't stopped raining at all. So maybe on a better day it would have been a better experience, but Lego's really got to be prepared for any weather. That was incredibly disappointing. So apparently Lego Santa is cancelled today because of the weather. And now I've got a very upset child who wanted to see Lego Santa today and now can't. We're going to try and hold on for the Festival of Flurries show at 4:30, but we're going to stay in here out of the rain for a little bit because it's absolutely miserable out there. I don't think we could have picked a worse day to come, honestly. I mean, at least Miniland's got a few interesting scenes up here. They've got some presents that they sort in office. They've got some reindeer hiding up in the hills. And then if you look down sort of towards the church and the little mini village, they do have a few festive scenes in there. But if you look at the sort of the bigger picture, the overall Miniland itself, I mean, the most festive thing you've got is 2 rows of fairy lights on a tree back there. And that is pretty much it. I mean, apart from the lighting that's always on the edge of the path, there's just so much more that could be done with this space. Well, Festival of Flurries, you have got some heavy lifting to do. This is really going to have to be make or break to say whether I would recommend coming here or not. And we're not off to a great start, if I'm being honest, because we're back at the outdoor stage again. So all of the Elf Training Academies, Festival of Flurries, all at the exact same stage, with no cover, 2 picnic tables to sit at. Just not good enough. Not good enough at all. And not 2 minutes before the show's meant to start, they've cancelled that as well. I sympathise with the staff. I know that it's not their fault, it's beyond their control, but a lot of what has affected today has been things that could absolutely be foresawn by Merlin, by Legoland, and honestly, I'm furious. I've driven a 5-hour round trip to come here for opening day, and half the things that I wanted to see have been cancelled. It's just simply not good enough. Well, what I can say is the staff at the festival were absolutely polite as anything. You know, they've done their jobs, they've told us as soon as they know that it's been cancelled. One of them was good enough to tell us to pop over to the Brick, because apparently they're giving away some of those pop badges, if you build like anything in there at all. So we popped in there, build the smallest Santa hat you've ever seen, just to try and console one very, very upset child. And on that note, I think I'm going to end it here. I really can't tell you how disappointed I've been through today. I think this has been the worst visit I've ever had to Legoland Windsor. And I've been when it's been storming and half the rides have been closed. For those of you that have stuck around this long, thank you so much. Please try to remember, like and subscribe, all the usual YouTube stuff. I wish this could have been a more positive vlog, but it's just not the day that it's been today. And I think that really sums up my whole experience of yesterday. It was a lack of care, a lack of attention, and a lack of pre-planning. Merlin Entertainments is a massive organisation. They have huge experience with putting on events. I do not understand how they could get this so fundamentally wrong. They are a UK-based attraction. And for those of you who come from further afield, the one thing you probably know about the UK is you can guarantee rain on pretty much any day. Surely at some point, at one of their internal meetings, somebody said, "Hey guys, has anybody considered the weather?" And the overwhelming response to that must have been, "Oh, they'll be fine, it's only a bit of rain." forgetting the fact that when it's 3 degrees and it's raining and children are getting upset because parts of the event are cancelled, the staff on the day are not paid enough for what they do. And when poor planning and execution impacts guest experience, that's where I think something fundamentally has gone wrong. But I want this review to be fair, and that's why I wanted to record some bits back in the studio after I've had a little bit of chance to reflect on the events. I really didn't want my mood yesterday to have been so greatly impacted by the weather and the happenstance of it all that this wouldn't be fair and balanced. Here's a few positives from the event. The festive wonderland where the Santa's grotto is did look incredible. I didn't capture it on film, but there must have been 20 or so Christmas trees that we could see within the first 30 feet. It looked brilliant in there. As I said in the video, we didn't really want to spend 40 quid to go and visit Santa on the day, but for those families that are making it their big trip, it likely would have been worth a visit there, especially as it includes a free gift for the child. The selection of festive food that was there was actually pretty solid. So obviously we had the sort of like snow cone ice cream thing. That was really nice. The pizza at the buffet was actually not that bad. I had a slice. Turkey and stuffing pizza is probably not my favourite thing, but honestly, it's there for someone. And they also had a festive burger at the Burger Kitchen in the Pirate Cove as well. And that looked really good. Obviously, we didn't eat there on the day. We can only choose one place to go to. But I was really glad of the food options that they'd actually put together. And there was so much effort put into the very front of the park as well. So up in the main plaza area, they had this massive Christmas tree. And there was a couple of food stalls up there as well. So one for hot chocolates and one for, I think it was elf-made donuts. The Legoland team were actually filming some of their promo shots when we walked past. That was really nice to see. Honestly, they weren't badly priced. It was the sort of thing that I expect to have at a theme park when I go there for Christmas. But Christmas events, part of the reason they exist is to drive new customers to places like Legoland, to Alton Towers. And if that had been my first ever visit, I would never go back. I'd be sitting there and thinking to myself, well, if this is it when they pull out all the bells and whistles, how is it normally? And I know that does take out the fact that obviously a lot of the rides were closed yesterday, not due to the weather, but just due to planned maintenance through the winter period. But it's an odd selection of rides to keep open. As I say, closing the likes of the Haunted House and the Skyline, two massive attractions where they are indoor rides with indoor queues, it just doesn't make any sense at all. Overall, it's just the little details that felt like they were missing all day. I don't know how much 100 fake Santa hats would have cost them. 50 scarves, 30 odd reels of tinsel just to go throw around some trees, over some minifigures. It just felt like it was lacking the detail. And I say this because I love Lego and I love theme parks. And I want the best for everyone. I want people to be able to love these events. And ultimately, Merlin dropped the ball. When you've got people visiting, potentially for the first time, spending £68 a ticket if they were to just walk up and expect entry, this is their big trip of the year. It's their one and only chance to go and experience it. And they say to themselves, you know what, we're going to go at Christmas, it'll be special. And it should be a showcase. It should be a showcase for what Legoland and what Merlin Entertainments can do. I mean, yesterday was effectively free for me. Yes, I've had to pay for the fuel down there. Yes, I've had to pay for the food whilst I'm there. But the actual entry is what costs people hundreds of pounds for a family to go. So the question I come to is, would I recommend the Christmas event? And the answer to that is still a maybe. Despite everything I've talked about in that video, a lot of the things that made yesterday a really poor experience were factors due to the day. But what I would say is if you're planning on going and it's below 5 degrees, if it's going to be raining all day, maybe think twice. Because otherwise, much like ourselves, you're going to end up with grumpy kids who didn't get to do half the things that they wanted to do, and you're going to feel ripped off for it as well. But again, To those who've watched it to the end of the video, thank you so much. It really means a lot. If you could drop a like, if you could hit that subscribe button. I'm going to be heading to more Christmas events in the coming weeks, and hopefully they'll be a little bit more positive, a little bit more engaging, and hopefully it'll be a little bit more of the real experience. So, thank you again for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.